Hey, it's me again, Danny. I am on a mission to help you price your Airbnb listing correctly. I have a strategy that's going to make you in the top percentile of your market in terms of occupancy and nightly rate. That means that you're going to have 30% higher occupancy and nightly rate. That's what it's all about. Pricing strategy is about increasing your occupancy and your nightly rate. If you do that with the same listing, you're going to make tens of thousands of dollars extra every single year. Now, this video is not for you if you do not already know the basics of my pricing strategy. If you don't, you have two options. You can watch this video. At the end, I'll put up two videos where I want you to go next, or just go to the description and click those videos where it'll give you an overview of my pricing strategy. Because what happens in this situation where we all get to, your target occupancy is higher than your true occupancy. Okay, that means I want to be 50% occupied at 30 days into the future. That's my booking target. And I go into Price Labs and they tell me that my real occupancy, my true occupancy over those next 30 days is 30%, but it's anything below 50%. We're all in this situation. Now, of course, you can just lower your price, but did you know there's two strategies that I'm going to teach you that you can do before you lower your price? I have reviewed them both on this channel before, but I haven't connected them to the pricing idea. So when you're in this situation, you can use my flexibility concept or do a re-optimization. I'm going to show you how to do a re-optimization, something I just did with one of my listings last week, and I got 2 reservations right away. That's the magic about the re-optimization, is oftentimes you get inquiries, or if you're on Instant Book, bookings right away. Now, let's start with the flexibility concept. But before we do that, I was gonna introduce you to my dog, Brisa, but she went to go take care of her babies. I want you to do something here. Behind me is my YouTube channel. Subscribing to that is going to be a tremendously positive ROI activity for you. There's a bunch of free content on that channel over many years. Many would argue it's the best Airbnb content online right now. I have lots and lots of testimonies. You can go to my Instagram to see that. So let's get into the main video. Let's help you price your listing. I know it is a point of concern for many hosts. They feel lost. I'm here to clear that up. I was a CPA at Airbnb. That's a certified public accountant. I am good with numbers. I believe that I have the best pricing strategy in the world. I'm going to say the most optimized. If you have fewer than 15 listings, at that point, you can manage the whole business yourself mostly. Once you get dozens and dozens of listings, the business changes and your priorities kind of shifts. And that's not what I do. I don't have dozens and dozens of listings, so I can't claim to be an expert on how to help you with your 100 listings. Individual tactics, sure, apply, but that's a different business. So let's talk first about the flexibility concept. Okay, of course, you're doing your weekly management, and one week you go in, it's bound to happen, your true occupancy is below your target occupancy. The flexibility concept says that there's levers on Airbnb that you can ratchet up and down. Ideally, you want a very inflexible listing. You want the strictest cancellation policy. You want the highest price. You want the highest minimum nights, right? You want the highest cleaning fee. You want the guests to be positively reviewed, okay? All of these things make your listing more restrictive and more safe. If you're in that position where you just have an awesome listing and you can put all of these requirements, you can fill out your house rules, none of this, none of that, none of that other thing, then that's great for you. I'm very happy for you, and that's an ideal situation to be in. Most of us aren't there. So we need to increase the flexibility of our listing, which increases the pool of FPGs, I say. And when we increase the pool of FPGs, we are increasing our demand. There's more people out there, guests, who are now interested in our price point. Price is a really easy one. If I put $1,000 a night, there's a certain segment of the market that's going to be in their budget range, okay? Maybe it's 5% of the market. But if I bring that down to $700, maybe 30% of the market now is within range of their budget. Now, if I bring it down, of course, continually, it's going to go from 30% of the market is within their budget to 40 to 50 to 60 to 70. Okay. So pricing is the ultimate lever we have to make our listing more or less flexible. There's other ones. So if you're already familiar with my videos, you've seen this, you know the flexibility concept. What are some other levers we have on our listing to make it more or less flexible? Tell me, share it with the community in the comments. I'll share a few more down there as well. The second concept is a re-optimization. Now, I do a re-optimization 2 or 3 times a year. This is very important. You have to do this because Airbnb is adding in so many different things and taking away all the time. You think of your listing as having 100 points. You know, you fill in your title, you get 5 points. You fill in your text, you get 8 points. You know, you have photos, you get another few points. Now, you do everything today, you have 100 points. But then Airbnb goes along, just like a video game, every time it gets released, there's new functionality, there's new settings. So now over the years, if you haven't looked at it, you go from 100 to 97 to 89 to 73. So we want to get you back up to 100. That is the re-optimization. So I'm going to show you my listing now on my computer, and I'm going to tell you what I did. I already did this. I'm recording this on a Sunday. I do my pricing on a Wednesday. And if you would like to join me on my live pricing, I allow 100 hosts in, and I do my pricing, and I talk to you about why I'm raising or lowering the base price, why am I raising or lowering the minimum price, what am I looking at in terms of my occupancy. I have a program called the Airbnb Pricing Power Hour. It's live now. We've already done a few classes. The next class is coming up soon. I've put the price point very low so that anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. You can cancel with the click of a button. A lot of people have asked that. Yes, you don't have to email me. You don't have to jump through hoops. You don't have to send me a selfie to cancel. You go into your dashboard, you cancel, that's it. And I'll say this too, if you're not fully satisfied after a month, after your first class, even honestly after the recording, I will refund you. I'm very confident in my pricing. I did mathematics on the product page. Even if you're charging $75 a night, and I tell you, by the way, how to go in your dashboard and figure out if your pricing strategy is good or not, that's another thing. Maybe you have high occupancy, common problem, but your nightly rate is actually average with your similar listings. So that's not good because we know we know some people are up there. Why don't you be one of them? All right, we are in one of my listings now. So what do we do for a re-optimization? Now, the big 3, of course, is title, text, and photos. So I updated the title, something a little bit cheeky, a little different. What does that mean? I'm adding some value. Okay, it's a little bit different. Now, I would also go into photos, all photos. Don't do the photo tour when this thing pops up. No, very bad. Watch my other video I just published about that. And I would probably change around a cover photo. I'm actually gonna change this around. A recent optimization, I added her. She's a super famous Colombian influencer. Now I'm gonna change this back to the cover photo. Or should I do this one? Let's do this one. These 3 are my favorite. So if I don't have the hot tub now in the cover photo, hot tub is now the premium amenity. I know that because I know my FPG. So we got hot tub. AC is very important, but we need, dim lights or daily clean. Let's do daily clean because that is more interesting. AC and a washer dryer. I'll think about that more a little bit later. The point is you update your title, you update your photos, switch them around, photo captions. You're also clicking around to make sure there's nothing new in here. What's new in here? Anything new in here? Number of guests, just click into different things. Okay, there's nothing to do here. I'm done. Let's go on to the next one. The title, the description, I updated the description. Okay, so you're gonna take 10 to 15 minutes, go into the amenities. What new amenities has Airbnb added? Accessibility features. Make sure that your listing is showing the specific location. Airbnb just added this new cancellation policy. It's limited 14 days. They used to have 5 days or 30 days. That was kind of too much. Now they added 14 days, which for me, my booking lead time is 15 days. So, okay, if someone cancels in 14 days, it's not ideal, but I'm pretty likely to get those days booked anyways. I would not recommend the non-refundable option because the only people I found, and I do these experiments and I have other people do these experiments. I have a whole network of hosts who like helping me because I helped them. And the non-refundable option, we find the only people who actually choose that are the people who are very confident that they know they're not going to cancel. So you're basically just giving it 10% off for nothing. And also, if they do have to cancel, they still most of the time come after you for that money. Oh, I have this real big reason, serious reason why I'm canceling. I know I choose the non-refundable, I still want a refund. And then Airbnb, of course, reaches out to you and waste your time. So that's not recommended there. Okay, click around to the arrival guide, click around to the settings. Just make sure that your listing is up to date, okay? So in this video, what we talked about was when you get yourself into a situation where your occupancy is lower than where you want it to be, you have two strategies besides lowering the price, because normally we would lower the price in that case, right? Before we do that, let's do these two things. Flexibility concept, making your listing more flexible with maybe changing the cancellation policy to flexible. This is temporarily. These are in times of low demand, or doing a re-optimization. You can do both at the same time as well, to be honest. That's two PowerPoints in a row. Now consider joining my Airbnb pricing power hour. Additionally, besides those live classes which are recorded, you get access to my forum, which has become quite active. All of your pricing questions post in there. I cannot really answer in depth any more messages on social media in the comments. I still will respond, but if your question is complex, I gotta answer it on the forum where it's gonna help the general community. Check it out because the price increases every 25th member. I do that so that I can help you personally when you need it. I could not do that if I keep the price super low and there's thousands of members. I'll put a link in the description, and I just wanna say thank you for your support over all of these years. I really do appreciate it. I get private messages, I get public comments. All that stuff really does mean a lot, especially for a smaller type creator like I am. I'm only 10% of the size as the giants in the market. So anything you do is noticed and welcomed. I'm very happy that you've stuck along with this journey for me. I'll be doing this for a very long time. Airbnb is very profitable for me. A lot of it has to do with my pricing strategy, but also investment. Watch my other videos. Dive deep, dive a few layers deep. I promise I'm going to help you. If you have a question, leave a comment. I will meet you there.